All right, hey friends, happy Earth Day 2020. If we haven't met, my name's Holly. I'm a full-time yoga teacher in Washington, D.C., and I'm filming yoga and meditation videos you can do during COVID-19. So today I am joining you from Melvin C. Hayes Park. It's a national park that feeds into Rock Creek in Northwest D.C., and I feel very lucky that it is also my backyard. So if you can see, that's my apartment building. And then this is this beautiful park. So I feel really lucky to be here. Today I want to share with you a walking meditation or mindfulness technique that you can do particularly on Earth Day or any day that you're looking to get a little bit more centered. You know, sometimes when we talk about meditation or when we meditate, we think there has to be no distractions around us. Like we have to lock ourselves in a room and everything has to be neat and pretty. But the reality is, 2,500 years ago, Siddhartha Gautama achieved enlightenment in nature under a tree, right? So in many ways, I think we're actually better able to access a higher consciousness or a more mindful nature when we're outside. Now, of course, we're trying to social distance right now. And while I'm filming this at certain points, people on hikes might come through. But I do appreciate, even though some parks are closed, I hope that you're able to find a place to practice this walking meditation, whether it's kind of a side street that's not so busy, or a neighborhood that has some pretty flowers in it, or a trail that's not super populated for you to walk on. So I'll walk you through it. It should take about 20 to 30 minutes, but I'll talk through it much faster than this. Basically, pick a place that won't be too crazy busy, so I wouldn't recommend a busy street, but again, if you're in an urban area, it can be a side street, or if you have access to some sort of trail or park, go there. Before you begin your journey, just take a moment. So as you're entering the park or entering the neighborhood or the trail or the walk, just take a moment to be still, standing still, taking a few slow inhales and exhales through your nose, noticing any intentions that you set for your practice, whether it's relaxation or getting closer to nature, hey guys, or just feeling a little bit more at peace. Once you've taken a few moments to stand still, I then encourage you to start walking through the space that you've chosen for this activity. Notice the pace that you naturally walk at. Maybe notice if you've been a little anxious lately and you're starting to walk faster in general. And then see if you can slow down. See if you can slow your walking, your breathing, how you're noticing things around you. Once you start to walk slowly, you want to engage with all of the senses, starting by noticing how do your feet feel on the ground, noticing any tension in the joints, any aches or pains, how you're walking, maybe how the air is blowing onto your face or your skin. So you notice touch and begin to notice sight. What do you see around you? And if you walk a little slower, you might begin to see some really interesting things, right? Maybe glass on the ground or plastic, but also maybe, wow, beautiful leaves, changing leaves as the seasons change. Maybe a bird, maybe sunlight hitting a fern in a special way. And once you've tapped into sight for a few minutes, I encourage you to tap into smell, noticing any odd smells, good, bad. From smell, noticing taste. Can you taste the air around you? Especially if you're in, an urban area and you're able to get into a less urban area. Does the air taste different? And then, of course, hearing. What do you hear? So right now I hear this beautiful stream going behind me. I hear birds chirping. I hear some kids in the background, an airplane overhead. At first you only hear one or two things, but if you really take a little bit of time, you'll start to notice more. I encourage you to continue to walk slowly through your chosen spot. And at some point, find a place where you can sit down and be still. So this is part walking meditation, but part also what I'll call Visio Divina. You might have heard of Lectio Divina or divine listening, where you meditate on a poem or a song or a phrase. Visio Divina is divine seeing, meditating on an object. So I encourage you to find an object around you, something that won't, if you're in nature, something that won't like dramatically alter the landscape of nature. But finding something around you, and if you're with your kids, making sure that it's something somewhat sanitary. Okay, so I just picked this piece of bark off of the ground, and it's really, really sparkly, which is interesting. And whatever that object is for you, I encourage you to sit with it for a good 10 minutes. And again, people might go by, and that's great. Try not to get too distracted, but enjoy your interactions. So just sitting with this object of your choice for 10 minutes, and start to really notice everything about it, how it feels, maybe how it smells, what exactly it is or what you think it is. Maybe start to imagine how long it's been there, where it came from, maybe thinking if other people or creatures have interacted with this object before, how old you think it is, maybe how it smells, what function does it serve in our bigger world. And you can sit and reflect with this object for 10 minutes. Sometimes in meditation, we think that it's all about letting everything go, not thinking about anything, cessation of the senses. And it can be that, but it can also be instead highly focusing on one thing, right? Like a small object, a sound, a smell, a sight. So through nature, it's often easier actually to connect and to focus in on these things. After your 10 minutes are up, I encourage you to really thank the object. Like really thank it. You can either put it back, or if it seems like it would not obstruct the natural process of things, like a stone or a pebble, you can bring it back with you to your home as a reminder. From there, I encourage you to continue to walk slowly back to the edge of whatever forest you're on, be it a real forest, a thought or, concern in your heart, or just the edge of your neighborhood. When your walk is done, finish your moments of meditation, of mindfulness, by standing still once again and taking a few slow breaths through your nose. Should take 20 to 30 minutes. You can, customize it to what time frame you have. I hope you found this somewhat useful. Again, meditation doesn't have to be something that you do at home with nothing around. It can actually be walking in nature, sitting with things, enjoying things. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at hollyhancockyoga@gmail.com. I hope to see you guys soon.